For the Religious Studies PPE or mock examination, learners will sit two papers, which reflects what will happen in the summer term during the exam season. So each paper will be an hour and 45 minutes long, and it will be worth 50% of their overall grade. So for paper one, which is Christianity based on religion and ethics, learners will sit a full paper consisting of 4 sections, and the 4 sections are Christian beliefs, marriage and family, living the Christian life, and matters of life and death. So all the revision materials for this can be found in the files section of your class team, where there are 2 folders, one for paper 1 and one for paper 2. So if you click on the folder for paper 1, you'll see it has 4 subfolders for each section of paper 1. And in each subfolder for that section, there's a revision booklet, so this one here, a separate document with all the sources of wisdom and authority, or the quotes that learners need to learn, which are linked to each topic on the section. There's a folder of exam style questions, the majority of which the learners have already completed, but they can use when revising to embed their knowledge and to remind themselves of the exam techniques that they need to apply. There's a document which we've called Revision I Can Statements, which learners can use as like a checklist of what content they feel confident or very confident with or unsure of. And obviously if they feel unsure, then they can go back to the revision guide or to the sources of wisdom and authority document to reinforce that learning better. So the format for paper 2 is the same, but paper 2 is based on the religion of Islam rather than Christianity. It also consists of 4 sections, so these are this time Muslim beliefs, philosophy of religion, living the Muslim life, and equality. And again, this paper, like paper 1, is an hour and 45 minutes long, and it accounts for 50% of the total marks. So there is a slight difference in what is being assessed on this paper depending on which group learners are in. So if your child has not completed the section called Philosophy of Religion in their class, they'll be assessed on this at a later stage. But rather than having this section missing from their exam, there will be more questions, so the equivalent of another section's worth of questions on Muslim beliefs. So we're doing this so that learners, even if they haven't quite completed the course yet, get the same experience that they will do during the summer exams in terms of the length that they're sat doing the exam and the exam pace and the stamina that they will need. So as for paper 1, all of the revision materials are on Teams in files. Again, if you click on the paper 2 folder, there are 4 subfolders, one for each of the 4 sections of the exam, each containing a revision guide, exam style questions, a document with sources of wisdom and authority or quotes to support the topics that are being assessed, and a checklist of learning. Okay. So in addition to all the revision materials produced and provided by school, learners may wish to do some online learning as well. So in my opinion, one of the best revision tools available online for RS GCSE learners is Seneca. There have been a lot of Seneca tasks set throughout the past 2 years to help revision of religious studies. But there is no harm with learners going back on these and having a go at the exercises again to embed their knowledge. Just be careful if they do use this tool as a way of embedding their learning, that they make sure that they revise from the GCSE content for Edexcel, because that's the exam board that we follow, and it is specification B. Alternatively, learners may want to use the revision materials on GCSE Pod, and here's a link to GCSE Pod, and once you actually get onto the website, you need to put in the subject, which is religious studies, the exam board, which is Edexcel, and again it will give the option of specification A or B, and then you've got the 4 topic areas which will be on the actual GCSE for paper 1. And for paper 2, the Islam paper, there are 2 possible revision sections out of the 4 sections on the actual exam. So as of yet, they've not developed the 2 other sections, but it is really good for revising the Muslim beliefs and living the Muslim life. And finally, learners could also use Quizlet, which is an online revision tool for learning key terminology, and it's very good for learning the sources of wisdom and authority, the quotes that they will need to support their arguments in the RE exam. So for all of the topics on both papers, there are key terms and sources of wisdom and authority on there, so that would be useful for them as well. Good luck.